To get a better understanding of Garrosh Hellscream, you'll first need to know a little bit about the history of the Horde and about his father. Garrosh has done a ton of stuff in the past expansions, so I'll try to tell the complete story, but I might not be able to tell you everything. The Horde we know today is actually the second Horde. The first Horde came from the world now known as Outland. Many Orcish clans were scattered around Outlands and they were mainly hunters, not fighters. They were very in tune with the elements and each clan had a shaman. The shamans would communicate with the spirits of the dead orcs and could ask the elements to lend them their aid in battle. The highest honor any orc could receive was to die in an honorable battle. There were other races on Outlands, among them were the Draenei. One of the orcish shamans, named Ner'zhul, received a vision from the spirits in the form of his beloved departed wife. She told him that the Draenei were a threat to the Horde and should be eliminated. To do this, Ner'zhul had to unite all the clans under one banner, the banner of the Horde. Unknown to Ner'zhul, the vision he had received was not from the spirits, but from Kil'jaeden the Deceiver. Kil'jaeden was hunted in Draenei, and he had discovered that they were hiding on the planet of the orcs. He decided that the best plan was to manipulate the orcs and use them to slaughter all the Draenei. Kil'jaeden was the one who gave the orcs their first demonic powers, and the first orcish warlocks were born. The use of demonic powers would eventually destroy Outland and transform the orcs from a brown colored skin to a green one. Ner'zhul eventually figured out that it wasn't the spirit of his wife who was advising him, but by that time it was already too late. His apprentice Gul'dan betrayed Ner'zhul and took his place in following the orders of Kil'jaeden. The Draenei, although peaceful, were no pushovers. Kil'jaeden gave the orcs more power by giving them the blood of his demon general Manoroth. Some clan leaders, for example Thrall's father, already had a feeling that something wasn't quite right. They couldn't speak out against it because that would mean exile and almost certain death. Others, like Garrosh's father, welcomed any chance to increase their power, and it was Grom Hellscream who took the first sip of the demon blood. Kil'jaeden was true to his word, and the demon blood did grant them incredible powers. What they didn't know was that it would also make them slaves to the demons. The Horde marched with a renewed bloodlust and slaughtered every Draenei man, woman and child that they could find. Time passed, and the demon blood pumping in their veins made the orcs go crazy. They had nothing left to fight, so they turned on each other. Outlands used to be like Nagrand is today, but because of the use of demonic powers it became a wasteland with little to no water or food. Medivh, under the influence of the demon Sargeras, came to Gul'dan in a vision. He showed Gul'dan Azeroth, a land full of water, food and plenty of enemies to satisfy their bloodlust. The Horde, with the help of Medivh, created the Dark Portal and started their first invasion of Azeroth. Grom Hellscream wasn't part of the first invasion, but he was there the second time that they went to Azeroth. Garrosh wasn't fighting with them because he was ill with the red pox, so he had to stay behind in Nagrand. The Dark Portal got destroyed, separating Grom and Garrosh forever. Garrosh later on asked about his father, and Great Mother Gaia told him the story of his father and how he became willingly a slave for more power. The shadow of his father's mistake would haunt Garrosh, making him insecure and depressed about his future role as leader of the Magar. He vowed that he would never make the same mistake as his father had.
Ah, Thrall. You always believed that the demons corrupted our race, but that's only half true. We gave ourselves up willingly on Draenor. The other chieftains and I, we drank Manoroth's blood, Thrall. We brought this curse upon ourselves.
Unknown to Great Mother Gaia and Garrosh was that his father would find redemption. Grom Hellscream learned to control the demon blood burning in his veins. He helped Thrall in freeing the captured orcs, and he helped him with creating the second Horde. In Warcraft 3, Grom and his warriors once again drank from demon blood in order to defeat Cenarius. Thrall manages to save Grom with the help of Jaina Proudmoore, and Grom and Thrall set off to face Manoroth to free their people of the demonic curse. Grom heroically sacrifices his life in order to save his people.
Thrall, the blood haze has lifted. The demon's fire has burnt out in my veins. I have freed myself. No, old friend. You've freed us all.
Now that you know that part of the history and especially how the Orcish Horde was and how his father was, let's talk about Garrosh. We don't see Garrosh until the reopening of the Dark Portal in the Burning Crusade. Thrall finds Garrosh in Nagrand and tells him the full story of his father. Knowing the heroic tale of his father gives Garrosh strength and a new sense of pride. He follows Thrall back to Azeroth to become his advisor. In the Wrath of the Lich King, the Horde is discussing what to do about the Scourge. Thrall wants to be careful and first wants to find out what the Alliance is planning to do. Garrosh disagrees. He believes that allying with the Alliance would put the Horde in danger. The discussion gets so heated that Garrosh challenges Thrall to a duel and they fight in the arena. However, the duel is interrupted as the Scourge attacks Orgrimmar and they repel the attack, and Garrosh once again requests to be immediately sent to Northrend. This time Thrall agrees and he commands High Overlord Sourfang to go with Garrosh. Not much of the insecure Garrosh is left in his role as Overlord of the Warsong Offensive. He is reckless and is focused on destroying the Alliance, even with the ongoing war against the Lich King.
A true war chief would never partner with cowards.
You disappoint me, Garrosh.
Garrosh returns to Orgrimmar as a hero who defeated the Lich King, and he receives his father's weapon Gorhal. The Cataclysm hits and Thrall sets out to join the Earthen Ring and appoints Garrosh as the new war chief. At first Garrosh is worried that the position isn't right for him, despite his earlier challenge to Thrall's title. He knows that it takes a certain kind of person to lead a horde and that perhaps he'd be more fit for something like military duty. Thrall assures him that he's the best choice and leaves.